Okay, we'll start. So this whole week's been about Fibonacci sequences and the golden mean, and how the way we stand influences, impacts how the golden mean is reflected on our own bodies, and that the golden mean is a ratio of any part of the body to any other part of the body, which comes out to a ratio about 1.618. But it is the most aesthetically pleasing to the eye when we're in that ratio. And so as posture diminishes and our tail starts to tuck and we start creating compromises, we come out of that golden mean ratio. And we think it only has to do with aesthetics, but as we've seen this whole week, it has to do with functionality and harmonics of the body. And so that's what we're going to work on today, is just trying to restore that golden mean. As we start out by rolling out the feet, ball will go underneath your left foot. And you're going to roll out your feet, keeping them nice and parallel. That's the tricky thing. You'll notice your foot wants to turn out. We're going to keep it nice and parallel.
And we're going to try to keep that both legs straight. Initiate movement from your hip.
And remember, the pain you're experiencing in your foot has nothing to do with this ball. It has to do with how you use your feet during the day. Yeah, you wanted to blame the ball. Roll it out, break it up. You can go side to side for sure, but keep the feet parallel. You can do figure eight, circles. You can do the weight-bearing portion of your foot. So that would be your heel, lateral aspect of your foot, ball of your foot, and your toes. Or you can do the non-weight-bearing part of your foot, the arch of your foot, and in between your toes. Okay, even though you're rolling the ball underneath your foot, eyes to the horizon in. You don't need to see what your foot is feeling. We do have a terrible story. There was a guy who had no sensation in his foot, and he walked for a mile, was it, with a nail in his foot.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but he didn't feel it.
He lost the whole toe plus a section of his foot.
Yeah. So that is not you guys. You guys can feel it, so don't look at your feet, feel your feet. And then we're going to drop the heel down. The ball's under the ball of your foot. We're going to do toe exercises as you curl your toes around the ball, and then lift your toes up. Notice what it feels like. Keep your abs engaged. First chakra is your pelvic floor. Second chakra is your lower abs. Third chakra is your upper abs. We're going to engage that all as we get our head over the top of our pelvic floor. Shoulder blades down and back. And now as you're doing this, toes will go down and separate, come together as they come up. Separate on the bottom, come together at the top. Don't you worry, we'll do the opposite. Separate on the bottom, together on the top.
That's easier.
Yeah, we'll do that. We're not there yet. We have to be able to do both. Just like you have to be able to back a car up as well as put it in drive. Okay, and now we're going to reverse it. Toes come together at the bottom, separate at the top. But yeah, it's definitely easier.
Okay, good. No.
Try not to use your right foot as we're using our left foot. Try not.
Funny how it's like, it's not about what we can do, but we want to make sure nobody else is doing it.
Don't use your nostrils if you can help it. It is a compensation for the toes. Okay. And then you're going to put the ball just in front of the heel of your foot. Abs are nice and tight. Roller should be off to your right. You're going to step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. It's going to help you walk in high heels. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back. Don't let that heart collapse. Eyes to the horizon. There's nothing interesting on this floor. Keep breathing. Is it going to be just this guy singing? Abs are nice and tight. Keep breathing. What is that? Okay, good. Roll out the other foot. We're just warming up the feet first. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking your tummy. Ooh. Notice if one foot feels sore than the other, keep your feet parallel, like you're on a set of skis. You can go side to side, like we said before. As long as your feet are parallel, you can even do figure eights. You can do the heel, lateral aspect of your foot, ball of your foot, toes, or the non-weight bearing portion, the arch of the foot, and in between the toes.
Oh, your favorite.
Yes. The women from Orange County. Abs are nice and tight, sucking your tummy. Keep the feet parallel, trickiest part. It's just that's one guy.
It's different. This is totally different. They just all sound the same.
Okay, drop your heel down now. Abs are nice and tight. Toes are going to curl around the ball, and then toes are going to lift up. Just see what it feels like to lift and lower your toes without using your nostrils or your hands. Remember to breathe. Okay, now toes separate on the bottom, close up at the top. Separate on the bottom, close up at the top. It is okay if you have troubles doing this, that's why we're practicing it now. But remember, everything your toes can do, your hands can do, and vice versa. Everything your hands can do, your toes can do. Okay, now we're going to close it up at the bottom, open it up at the top. All your toes. Curl that pinky toe down. Get that little nublet down. Okay, good. Ball goes just in front of your heel. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to step forward, step back, hips back. Chest is up, shoulder blades are down and back. We're working that posture, really working the ratios of the body, that golden mean, especially with the upper half of the body. Keep breathing. Yes, very nice. Keep breathing. Okay, good. Now, we're going to stretch the calf out a little bit more as we put the block underneath the ball of our foot. Okay, this is a muscle, the gastrocnemius, that really rounds out the shoulders. So I want you to draw your shoulder blades down, back, tighten your abs, suck in your tummy. First, second, third chakras are on. Left foot is on the block. Abs are nice and tight, chest is up, feet are parallel, little pinky toe down on your right foot. Nublet down. Okay, abs are nice and tight. You're going to pump your hips forward. Just feel what it feels like to open up the calves. Keep your chest up, shoulder blades down, back, abs engaged. Keep breathing. Smiles are up. Eyes are up. Suck in that tummy. That's 10. Okay. And then now step forward, step back, hips back. Step forward, hips forward, step back, hips back. Hips forward.
Keep breathing, keep smiling.
Eyes up. Don't look down. There's nothing interesting on this floor. Try to get your foot ahead of the block as you push your hips forward. So that when you're hiking, you don't have to eat it if your heel drops down. Keep those feet parallel, even in the rear, where you can't see it. Keep that little toe down. Okay. Okay, switch. Where you said switch. Abs are nice and tight. You're stretching out this side, chest is up, shoulder blades are down, back. You're sucking your tummy. First, second, third chakras are on. Head's over the top of your body. Your feet are parallel, and we're pumping those hips forward. You are stretching out this calf muscle. The gastrocnemius is solely responsible for the rounding of your shoulders. So any shoulder tension that you feel, inhale and exhale. Any shoulder tension that you feel is from your calves.
That's why this hurts.
Remember to breathe. Step forward, step back, hips back. We're opening out gastrocnemius. Make sure that rear foot stays parallel. So when you step back, that foot's parallel as well. Smiles are up. Chest is up. Eyes are up. Anyone feel this? No? Okay. Okay, we're switching sides. Okay. Same thing, your feet are parallel. We're going to do a forward fold now. You want your spine to be straight as possible, and this is where you find the connection of this calf muscle to your shoulders. So if you're having troubles opening up your shoulders, it has to do with this calf. You're going to bend and straighten your right leg. Make sure that right knee goes straight forward, not medial, and then straight back. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Keep breathing. Don't round below back. Go ahead. Okay. This is stretching out your gastrocnemius. There you go.
Okay, and then we're gonna switch. Bend and straighten your left.
No, same foot. You're just going to bend and straighten your left knee. Make sure that knee goes straight forward and straight back. Straight forward, straight back. This is stretching out your soleus. We're going to straighten this leg too.
Keep breathing. Keep the pelvic floor lifted. Lower abs engaged.
And breathing.
Breathe. Keep smiling at that floor.
Okay, we're going to come up nice and tall for a moment. Chest up, shoulder blades are down and back. Squeeze those shoulder blades down and back. Abs are nice and tight. We're opening up the abs. Sure.
Up overhead. Keep the abs engaged.
Sucking that tummy, hips forward. Upper body back.
Arch that back.
Okay. And then we're going to go back down. Your left hand stays on the roller. Right hand's going to send you into a twist. Oh, we're going to deepen everything.
It's really, really easy to let go of those abs. Lifting through the arches of your feet, connecting through the inner thighs, lifting the pelvic floor, shortening the pubic bone to belly button.
Okay, staying in the same position. You're just going to take your arm up into the air or as close as you can get. You can bend your knee on this one. Or keep it straight. I'm going to have to bend it. For those into cricket, this will help your pitching. Okay, switch sides. Okay, same thing here. Your feet are parallel. Yeah, shoot it into a twist. Oh. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in that tummy. Oh. Notice how this impacts your shoulders. Keep your abs engaged. Okay, we're going to reach up. You can bend that right knee if you need to. I need to. Okay, good. Come back up again. What is this? Left knee goes on the block, right foot goes forward. We're going to work the righting reflex real quickly. Head goes over the top of the block, abs are engaged. You're going to do a hip circle. Try not to move your head. This is the righting reflex. This is how we activate balance. Smiles are up. Opposite direction. Just make sure it's smooth and round because the hip is a spherical joint, so the motion should be round. Sucking that tummy. Okay, this is where we step forward and you're going to lunge. This will open up the rectus femoris. You're breathing. Go as deep as you can, slowly. Abs are nice and tight. Okay, staying here. Bend and straighten that rear leg without moving your hips backwards. Abs are engaged, smiles are up. This is your hamstring. Keep breathing. Okay, then you're going to reach back, grab a hold of your foot. Chest goes up nice and tall, abs are nice and tight. Once again, step forward. Stretch forward, abs are engaged, suck in that tummy. No pressure in your low back, we're stretching muscles and not joints. Doesn't that feel good? Okay, and then you're gonna step out to the right as we open up. Yep. Keep breathing, chest up. Okay, now you're gonna step across midline. Keep going, keep going. Okay, and then push your hips forward again. You should feel your butt stretching as well as your rectus femoris. Push those hips forward. Oh. Chest up, abs nice and tight. It's the same singer again. That's 10. Okay, go ahead, release that leg. Keep that leg across midline. Toes go up. You're gonna stretch forward, reaching with your left hand. Keep breathing. Suck in that tummy. Pull your hip into the socket. And then you can reach down now with your right hand and stretch. Remember, we're stretching muscles and not joints, so no pressure in your low back. Come back up again. We're switching sides. So head's over top of the block, abs are nice and tight. We start out with hip circles. This is activating the righting reflex. It's important in surfing. So your hips can move and your head doesn't have to go down. Keep breathing, suck in that tummy. And then opposite direction. Notice if one direction's easier than the other. Keep breathing, chest up, head over the top of the block. This playlist, I tell you. We're gonna redo Mario's Spotify. Okay, we're gonna stretch forward. Open up as deeply as you can, put no pressure in your low back, abs are engaged, chest is up. This is in case you have to jump onto a boat from the dock. Squeeze your shoulder blades down and back, abs engaged. Okay, bend and straighten that rear leg without your hips moving backwards. Just working the hamstrings. Okay, and then you're gonna reach back, grab a hold of that foot. We're gonna stretch forward again, opening up the rectus femoris. Hips forward. Anything? Okay, take that foot out to your left. You're gonna stretch open up the adductors. Keep your hips forward, abs engaged, sucking your tummy. Okay. You're gonna take your foot across midline. Chest up, shoulder blades down and back, whoops. Stretch forward. Sucking that tummy. Smiles are up. Okay, good. We're just gonna straighten that front leg, pull the hip into the socket as you reach forward and stretch with your right hand. Abs are nice and tight. And once you get into your deepest stretch, you can follow it with your left hand. Remember, no pressure in the joints. We're stretching muscles. Oh. Switch sides. Okay, you're gonna balance on your left knee once again. We're gonna do a little balance work. It's good for the surfers. Hands and stick them up. Left toes off the ground. Okay, lift, hold, gently lower your right toes. Eyes up, don't look down unless you surf looking at the water. Okay, that's okay. Hands stay and stick them up. Foot comes off the ground. Hip circles.
Oh my gosh.
Oh. Opposite direction. If everyone did this well, we wouldn't have to do this. Switch sides. Yes. Point those toes. Abs are nice and tight. Sucking in the tummy. We're going to just lift lower the foot first. Notice if one side's easier than the other. That is a problem because that creates muscular imbalance. Smiles are up. Eyes are up. Okay. Now keep your foot off the ground. Hip circles. Whoa. Whoa. Opposite direction. This is in case you step out of your house and all the earth disappears except for what's under your right foot. Okay, back down. And we're gonna come into kneeling. Oh. You're gonna use your blocks. Let's stretch out the feet a little bit. Just take your knees off the ground. Abs are engaged, shoulder blades are down back. Elongate your neck. Abs are nice and tight. We're working ratios of the body, so really elongate through your torso. Suck in your tummy. Now we do sit-ups. Suck them in and release. Suck them in, release. Smiles are up. We've been doing this all week, so this should be a piece of cake. K-A-K-E, cake. And then hands go down. You're going to lift up onto your toes like you're doing a down dog on your toes. Keep breathing. Ten? Okay. Piece of cake. Curl your toes underneath you. We're going to push our toes back, push them back, push them back, push them back, push them back, and then push them back even further. Abs are nice and tight. You're staying in this position first. Stick your booty out as far as you can as you're pushing your heels back even more. Tighten your pelvic floor up. Close up your rib cage. Suck in your tummy and then release. Suck in your tummy and release. Suck in your tummy and release. So the golden mean and Fibonacci sequence is about finding the most aesthetic line. We're gonna lean back, abs are nice and tight. Yesterday we went to, our Christmas shopping and we took Pepper and her little tail violates the golden mean. She has this little nublet of a tail and abs are nice and tight. But she learned how to walk on leash, which was really cool. Yeah? Okay, push your hips forward, butt off the ground. Shoulder blades are open. Down and back, chest is open. You should feel your quads stretching. You should feel your neck elongating, your abs engaging. You should even feel your biceps opening up. Okay, good. Come out of this, give the ground a little kick. Okay, put these off to the side. We're gonna use a roller now. Roller goes out in front of you. Remember, we're using the roller, so that means you don't use your wrists. So the majority weight will go on the roller, abs are engaged. Careful of hair, jewelry, clothing, and drawstring. This roller will rip it off of you. So we're gonna put the roller underneath our thighs and we're gonna roll out our thighs. You're gonna keep your abs engaged. When you find a sore spot, you're gonna bend and straighten your leg until it breaks up. And then you can do one side at a time if you'd like. Breaking it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. You can go all the way down to your tensor fasciae lata, that's up in your hip. And if you do, you can flex and extend your hip. Flex and extend, dun da da da. Just get everything out of there that's sore. It shouldn't be sore. Keep breathing. Okay, since everyone's doing so well, you can go straight onto your iliotibial band, roll out the side of your leg. If you find something sore, bend and straighten your leg till it breaks up. Remember to breathe. Breathe. You can switch sides at any old time. Yeah, you there. Breathe. Oh. Breathe. Okay. And then now onto your shins. I gotta get back in the frame. So you don't even have to get off the roller, which is nice. There's two ways of doing this. This is heavy over the top of the your shins, or you can go heavy over your shoulders. What's nice is heavy over your shoulders means you can do one leg at a time. Keep breathing.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it in case it's something.
Oh, is that? I thought it was the music. Okay. Now you're going to take the roller off to your left. Okay. We're going to go onto our tummies. Your right leg will go straight. Your left thigh will go onto the roller. You can be in like prayer position over here if you want. But you're going to roll out your inner thigh. You can straighten your leg or bend it as you do it. You can go pretty deep into it. Oh. Whew. Bend and straighten your leg if you find a sore spot. You can roll on it till your other knee, your right knee bends. Or if you're hitting the wall. Okay, then we're going to switch sides. Other side. Leg starts out straight, rolling out this thigh. You find a sore spot, kick Mari on the head.
All good? Everything's okay. All right. Maybe unbalanced. That's nice. See how different the sides are.
Yes, that is a problem because that means you're using one of your, it's called your sartorius, differently than the other side. And you're actually using the sartorius as one of your quad muscles. So that means one of your feet is turning out. So the side that's sore is the side that turns out.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah. Because your four quad muscles line up straight. So when you turn out a leg, you're now lining up with the sartorius. Now the sartorius gets overused. And then we go back to the iliotibial band. It should be a completely different experience of most loveliness and wonderfulness now. There should be no pain at all. Keep breathing. Okay, come back into kneeling. We're going to work the calves now. Thinking of how to do this. Okay, we'll do it this way. We're going to do the calves before we do the butt because we've already done some calf work, but we want to completely open it up. Have your blocks back behind you. You might need it to elevate a little. Unfortunately, we have to put a lot of pressure through the wrists. That's why we're going to use the blocks. Toes are going to point towards your nose. Abs are nice and tight. You're going to lift your butt up, and then you're going to roll your calves. This will be a great chance to use your abs. And once that gets easy, you can do one leg at a time, and you can pressure down with the opposite foot. You can switch at any point. And then you can rest whenever. We're going to check your forward fold first, so move your roller aside. Just touch your toes. It should be a whole lot easier to touch your toes now that you've rolled out your calves. Okay, just get an idea. We're gonna make them even more flexible. Put the roller underneath your heels. We're gonna work with reciprocal inhibition. So your toes point up, you're gonna get long through your torso, your quads go on. Turn your knees out, but keep your feet parallel. You're gonna reach, like overreach. Suck in your tummy, reach, overreach your toes. Suck in your tummy, quads on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, now move it up 1 biological inch. Abs are nice and tight, toes point to your nose, the abs are engaged, and you're gonna reach. Shoulder blades are down and back, suck in your tummy. Straight legs, quads on. Okay, and then we're gonna put it mid-calf now. Toes point towards your nose, the abs are engaged, quads are on. Reach. Reach. Is it shaking?
Yeah.
It's motorized. Okay, then we're gonna put it just below. Okay, now you can put it just below your knee. Toes point to your nose. You notice you need to use your quads more. Abs are engaged, chest is up. Reach. Quads on.
That one makes me shake.
Yes. Oh, you just wait. Now you're gonna put it mid-thigh. Toes in the air. Toes should be eye level now. Reach. Suck in that tummy. What's the count?
9, 10.
Okay, take the roller away. Touch your toes. Should be a whole lot easier to touch your toes now. Reciprocal inhibition.
Explain that.
So you use your quad muscles, you overfired them, so that causes the hamstrings and the calves to relax.
Thank you.
Yeah. We're gonna take our black ball and we're gonna put this in the small of your back to see if you accidentally use your psoas muscle. I'm gonna move the microphone. You're gonna arch over the top of the ball. Rock from side to side. So if you feel pressure in your low back, that means you use your psoas muscle. If you feel pressure in the front of your hips, that means you use your iliacus muscle. But if you feel pressure and stretch on what would be your six-pack, that means you have used your abdominal muscles, and that's what we are shooting for. Keep breathing. Now it is time to open up the booty. Okay, go ahead, sit back up again. You're gonna take this ball, put it underneath your left butt cheek. Or sorry, right butt cheek. Cross your right ankle over your left knee. Hands go back behind you. You're gonna do circles over your butt cheek. This will open up your glute max and piriformis complex. I just switched mats. Yes. Sucking your tummy. And now, reach up, grab your ankle, pull it in deeper. Reach across with your left hand, pull your knee to your chest, and roll out your booty. Keep your abs engaged or you'll go flipping off this ball. Suck in your tummy. Smiles are up. What? Okay, opposite direction. This one feels good. Oh. Okay, switch sides. Start out just rolling at first. Abs are nice and tight. Opposite direction. Okay, reach over, grab a hold of your ankle, pull your ankle in, reach across with your right hand, pull your knee to your chest, roll out your booty cheek. Suck in that tummy. This is just warm up. Okay, opposite direction. Okay, you're gonna come off the ball. We're gonna take the little orange ball now. I told you it was warm up. Okay, you're gonna put the orange ball under your right butt cheek, cross your right ankle over your left knee. You're gonna roll out your butte. Remember, the pain you're experiencing in your butt has nothing to do with this ball. It has to do with how you clench your butt all day long and in life. But you also know what it feels like if someone were to fire a lacrosse ball at your ass. Opposite direction. Smiles are up. Whew. Break it up, get it. Get the side of your hip too. Oh yeah, get it. Okay, we're gonna switch butt cheeks. Abs are nice and tight. You're sucking in your tummy. Notice if you're accidentally putting tension somewhere else in your body to get away from the tension you're feeling in your butt. Opposite direction. This is a major gallbladder point in Eastern medicine. It's gallbladder 30. Helps shoulder pain, butt pain, digestive problems. Okay, come off the ball. Touch your toes and notice how much even more you're opened up. Is that crazy? So you thought it was all your hamstrings. It wasn't your hamstrings. It's mainly your calves and your butt. Okay, hold on to your ball. You're gonna go on your back now. The ball's gonna go underneath your right butt cheek once again. You're gonna bend your left leg, keep your right leg straight, and you're gonna roll out your booty. If you want, you could cross your right leg and get a little more of a stretch. Keep breathing. Whoa. Get it. Anything that feels sore, especially a side of your hip. Okay. When you feel ready, switch sides. Ball's gonna go underneath your left booty cheek. Left leg goes straight, right leg is bent, unless you want to go deeper, and then you could cross your left ankle over your right knee. Oh. This will take care of a lot of false low back pain and knee pain. Remember, circles are round, and your face is relaxed. Okay, now you're gonna take that ball out and now put it underneath your right shoulder blade. You can do arm motions, or you can roll on top of the ball, or you can do both, which is like the combo. If you want to make it more intense, you could do what Maria does and lifts up her head. I don't wish to do that. Remember, the pain you're feeling in your shoulder has nothing to do with this ball. You can even roll on your side. That gets teres major, teres minor, which can be quite intense. But it will help you with your parade wave. The people of this island do not believe that people in Santa Barbara have parades for no particular reason. They have parades all year round. There's a parade at least once a month. So you also have to have your parade wave on. I think they have a parade every month. Okay, and whenever you feel ready, you can switch sides. Same thing, you could do range of motion, or you can roll on top of it, or you can do both, which is a yummy combo meal. You could go on your side to get the teres major, teres minor. A lot of times people think they have shoulder tears, and it's just tightness of their shoulder muscles. These are called your sits muscles or your rotator cuff.
What's a frozen shoulder?
A frozen shoulder is what happens because there's 21 muscles that make the shoulders work. If they go out of synchrony and the shoulder starts isolating motions, and the shoulder is actually really complex because you got several joints. We only think of the glenohumeral joint, but we actually have the AC joint, SC joint, and then a strange little one called the scapulothoracic joint. And what happens is you start moving with the scapulothoracic joint instead of working with the glenohumeral joint. And the body doesn't like no motion, so it freezes it up. And then once it's frozen, you can't move the shoulder and you have to go in and break it up. And it never feels good to break it up. There are 3 reasons why you get frozen shoulder. 1, trauma, like you get hit by something. 2, the really weird one, cold. So you could be exposed to cold and you hold your body in a singular position for a long time. And 3, emotion. And that's why you have to unlock when you have shoulder stuff, because it's such a highly emotional joint.
When you combine the number 1 and number 3 together,
Yes,
trauma and emotion.
yes. Okay, we're gonna sit on up. We're gonna come back into kneeling, because this is where the games begin. Where the rib cage comes together is a little thing called the xiphoid process. We're going to stay off the xiphoid process. We're going to stay clear of what's called the costal chondral junction. That's where the ribs meet the cartilage in the front here. And if you have really long floating ribs, I want you to be careful of floating ribs. But what we're going to do is roll out the belly clockwise, counterclockwise, top to bottom, side to side, any way you want, just staying off that architecture. And the way we're going to do it is in the push-up position, or with your knees down, or with your elbows down. All of them are okay. Just keep the ball in motion. Remember that sharp pain is gas. Dull, achy pain is fecal material. Deep, boring pain is blood stagnation or adhesion. Your job is to break it up. Break it up, break it up, break it up. Remember to breathe. Jaws relaxed. See what it's like to have your head higher than your butt, or your butt higher than your head. This one comes in handy reaching under the sofa for your cell phone. Why it always ends up there will be a mystery of life, but it does. And you gotta be able to get it out. Or when you have to get Pepper's toys out from under the sofa.
Or when you go to the movies and drop your
Oh, yeah. We went to a great cinematic production this week.
Oh, God.
I made Maria go see Violent Night. It's where Santa Claus kills the terrorists.
Oh, that. You guys went to that?
I made her go.
Oh my gosh.
Maria didn't go. I took her. And in front of us, the seats in front of us were just a bunch of Marines, and they were cheering the whole time. But what's really interesting is they made St. Nicholas, he's a Viking.
Oh my gosh.
He was previously a Viking.
Yeah, he's kind of repenting by becoming Santa Claus.
Oh, funny.
So, and then Santa, no, I don't know what he's gonna have to do to repent. He will say- And Santa's best friend is a sledgehammer called Skull Crusher. You know the kind of movie we're like,
That was a great movie. It's like De Niro meets Conan the Barbarian. Okay, above the rib cage we're going to work now. We're going to work the sternum gently over breast tissue. You can even go into your armpits and your throat. This is a great one for opening up lymphatics, especially the chest, the lungs, the thyroid, the thymus, the breasts, liver, stomach, spleen, pancreas, and gallbladder. You can do this rolling on it on your tummy or in all fours. Whatever amount of pressure you can manage. You can move your arms around or you can not move your arms around. You can move your neck around, which is a great way to stretch all those suboccipital muscles. You can switch sides whenever you want. You can hang out on the side that needs it more. And remember to breathe. We're increasing circulation and movement to the lungs and the heart. We don't think the heart needs blood because it's pumping it, but the second you have a heart attack, you know what happens when there's no blood going to the heart. Jaws relaxed. Oh. Keep rolling. So this whole week we've been talking about the golden mean and how to move with it, and how in each joint there's a motion that expresses, that's most aesthetically pleasing, but also harmonic to the body. I want you to try to find it as you're rolling right now. Find some harmonic motion in the body that expresses elongation, because the farther you are from the center of a golden mean, the more, of a Fibonacci sequence, the more it's the golden mean ratio, which you have to see the math, but it's amazing math when you see it. You can hold your arm in front of you, compress your pec, and you can do cervical rotation, which is really nice if you swim or paddle. Just open things up. Visualize what you're doing. You're opening up the lungs, the lymphatics to the breast and chest, thyroid,
just make
brain.
sure you keep breathing. No breath holding.
And as Cindy started doing, if you want, you can get the back side of the front. You could tell it's a totally different generation of kids when you look at their names. I'm looking up here. This kid's name's Piper. This one's Sophia with the PH. Killa, Kila. Corina, spelled with a C. Oh, is that an I? I don't know. And then you see the emergence of older names like Millie. Milford. Oh, yeah.
Really? Yeah. And you hear like the real wild ones, rock papers.
Okay. And now you're in this position. Put the ball underneath your head like a pillow. And then make circles on the back of your head. And as always, we're going to go over perspective, because when you first start doing this and you're doing the rolling against the back of your head, you're making squares. Do you feel it? Okay, to change that perspective, pretend you have a pencil on the tip of your nose that's 10 feet long and draw circles on the ceiling, and the motion against the back of your head suddenly becomes circular. This is how we know that the nose is the center of perception and not the eyes.
Was muted.
What's that? Your mic? Oh. So it's the first beginning, and I'm going to have to edit everything on the video. Okay, go ahead, lift up your head. Ball goes underneath this, your sacrum. Legs go up in the air. We're just going to drain the blood out of your feet back to your heart. You could pump your feet. You can alternate sides, pumping your ankles. You'll notice your muscles fatigue kind of quickly because you're used to having gravity send blood to your legs. Now your heart actually has to pump it there. Okay, take your legs wide. Continue to do the same motion. Pump, pump, pump. This will stretch your adductors. And then bend and straighten your knees. This is non-load bearing, so you should have no pressure in your knees. They should feel free of any ache or discomfort. If you do, figure out what muscles you have to tighten up to stabilize your knees so you don't have it anymore. Bring your legs back to center as you continue to bend and straighten your legs. It's like you're walking. Abs are nice and tight. And then you could go a little faster. Abs are nice and tight. Try to let your heels kick your butt. No pressure in your knees. You should feel your quads working. Again, with no blood flow. Or minimized blood flow. And then a little faster up to a jog. Keep your abs engaged. Core stabilize as we now go into a run. You're going to run like Naruto. Abs are nice and tight, suck in your tummy, except on your back. And now to a sprint. Sprint. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Straighten both legs against the ground. Rock from side to side to open things up. Almost done. Okay, lift up your butt. Put the ball primarily under your left butt cheek. Straighten your left leg, bend your right knee. You're going to go into a spinal rotation. Oh. Remember to breathe. Okay, let us switch sides. Ball goes under your right butt cheek, right leg goes straight, left leg is bent. Oh, spinal rotation. Okay. Come back to center. We're going to do this. Just one last thing. You're going to sit up. I know you guys are comfortably down, but we're going to sit up. We're going to do this before we finish out. You're going to have a kneel on top of the ball. We're going to work the pelvic floor a little bit. I totally forgot it. Block is on top of the ball. Ooh. Ball goes midway between your pubic bone and tailbone. Head goes over the top of the ball. That's where we get alignment. Head over top of the ball, abs engaged. Draw your shoulder blades down and back, and you're breathing. Now you're going to tighten up your pelvic floor like you're squeezing a ball every time you exhale. Every time you inhale, it releases. And your abs do the exact opposite. This is stabilizing the pelvic floor. Because all motion comes from the pelvic floor. All energies come from the pelvic floor. Now, once you tighten your abs, we're going to do sit-ups. Tighten your abs, release, without moving your head. Don't let your head come forward as you tighten your abs. Tighten your pelvic floor. Okay. We'll just do one. Take your right foot forward, abs are nice and tight, chest is up, shoulder blades down and back. Keep those abs engaged, head over the top of the ball. Switch sides. See what if one side of your pelvic floor is stronger than the other, and it would account for a limp or asymmetrical load into lower extremities. Okay, good. Come off the ball and the block. You're going to come onto your roller at the very tip. We're going to stretch out the quad muscle. Right leg goes forward, left leg is bent. This one is only as far as it feels comfortable. So if this is as far back as you can go and it feels comfortable, that's great. If you can go all the way down, great. One is not better than the other. We're just doing whatever feels comfortable. Ugh. Once you get there, you can, whatever length you go backwards, even if you're still upright, you can cross your right ankle over your left knee and then lean over to your left. That'll increase that stretch into the left leg. Keep your abs engaged. Okay. Now you can switch sides by sitting back up, or if you're flexible enough, just stay where you are and switch legs. Go back as far as it comfortably feels, and then cross your left ankle over your right knee. If you'd like, you can lean over to your left to intensify it. Keep breathing. Oh. Abs are engaged. Is that 10? Okay. Go ahead and put both feet flat on the ground. For our first chakra, that's your pelvic floor. Second chakra, your lower abs. Third chakra, you close up your rib cage, tighten your upper abs as you draw your shoulder blades down and back and breathe. Your feet are parallel, your knees are over the tops of your feet, your shoulder blades are down and back. Inhale and exhale. Just notice what it feels like to be on the roller. The human body is very different than any other animal in the animal kingdom. When we get injured, we also have emotional content. So when we injure, say, your shoulder, we think about what implication that has on our life, and so we have emotional content on the shoulder, including what may have triggered the event, as Maria mentioned earlier. But it can also go the opposite direction. You can have an emotional event that triggers movements and behaviors of injury. So that's why healing work in the body is always so unusual, because it is both physical and emotional. So now you've done physical movement. We've reestablished the golden mean ratio of the body and all the Fibonacci sequences that create energy and harmony in the body. Now try to release emotion. Things that get you stuck, things that cause you to go in those postures and behaviors that compromised and created injuries in the first place. And find the harmony within your emotional system and energetic systems, as well as your physical body. Connect it to breathing. You don't need to know anything about pediatrics to see a baby on a table not breathing and know it's dead, to seeing it breathe through its chest to know it's under distress, or seeing it breathe through its belly to know that it's thriving. See if you can draw your breath into your belly like a happy baby. See if you can do it with your eyes closed. The most devastating thing to a toddler is a nose cold, because children do not yet know how to breathe out of their mouth. So go back to being a toddler and breathe through your nose and draw that air into your belly. Now gently roll off your roller onto your back. See what the ground feels like underneath you. We're looking for the groove that forms underneath your back as your back stabilizers have turned back on to stabilize and your hips are open to move. Go ahead and straighten out your legs. You should be within inches of meditation now. You guys have done a great job. And on behalf of Mari and me, we'd like to say thank you for being here, supporting us, being open and willing to do all the crazy things we ask of you. We appreciate you so much. And namaste.